episode one, number one, the premiere episode. I'm Raf Zamora. I'm the founder of Legendaddy. Very happy to be here. I'm joined here today by two of my good friends from different walks of life, different parts of my life. I'm here with Adrian Azana, who's one of my best friends, one of my oldest friends, si AIDS. It's actually the reason why I'm here and doing this today because I've found every excuse not to do this podcast. But he's managed to wrangle me and finally get me to do the thing that I've honestly always wanted to do, but always found an excuse not to do it. No? And also with us today is Mikey Macainag. He is the legend trader and stockbroker and multi-time MDRT in the insurance world. So really happy you guys are here. Thank you, and thanks for joining me and doing this today. I'm super happy. All right, so let's get started. No? Today, just to keep things simple and kind of on point and easy to talk about is I wanted to bring up the topic of today. The title of today's episode is the importance of showing up. The importance of starting things even though you're terrible. Even though it's gonna be bad. This podcast is gonna be if we don't um, if we aren't parang consistent with it, it's gonna be it's not gonna improve, right? Okay. Late edition, Mr. RT Tihanki. Okay, he's not. Okay, it's not coming in. I don't know. So we were supposed to have another person here, but anyway, there we are. Oh, anyway, so I don't want to get off track, no. So I want to talk about parang the importance of just starting something. There is always that fear. I don't know. There's always that fear kasi that ayaw mo maging bano, di ba? Hindi mo alam kung para sa'yo ba yan? Gagaling ka ba dyan? Or there's always that doubt in your head na ayaw mo mukhang tanga, di ba? Parang we have that parang fear of looking stupid, looking foolish, like uh, looking like a newbie, di ba? Pero I think everybody starts out that way. And I don't know, like Mikey tayo, di ba? When we first we knew each other through first it was running and then triathlon.
It's really tough to
You start that first run, you finish maybe 3K in I don't know 30
PK.
minutes, di ba?
8 minute run.
Di ba? Parang and that was like ang sakit nun, ang sakit nung 30 minutes na yun. Parang
Going back to what you said, bro, I remember during that time when I started running, joining races even, there was also a time that, you start doubting yourself. That's true. Until you find an accountable people. That's when we met, Hector and the
correct.
second people. That's when
Right.
I really get to push myself. That's why you really need somebody like an accountable person.
Yeah.
Accountability partner.
Yeah.
That's what really happened. Eh.
Yeah,
Rafi, when
right.
you joined the team, it was really funny because you're in the South, but you were never able to join us in the practices. But you're there in the email group, and you're there, and we're very much competitive with each other. I think that really helps. Eh.
Ang hirap,
And,
bro. UP kayo nagte-train eh.
Oo, ikaw South boy di ba? So that's really
Merville
hard
ako
for
nang
you.
gagaling. Ang
But
hirap.
Pwede ka na
even
mag-train from
even
Merville to UP. Sobrang layo.
Yun yung long
Pwede,
ride
pwede.
ko.
And we only see each other during races, di ba? So, I mean, That's true. I mean, it's really hard to start unless you have somebody there with you.
Yeah.
Sobrang din yung when you're all by yourself.
It's I think there's an extra layer of there's an extra hurdle that you have to get over na if you're starting by yourself. Like like I remember when like I remember when I started like Legendaddy. When I started Legendaddy, like there was this real doubt in my head na parang, will there be a market for this? Parang, will there be, am I alone in this? Na parang, because there are a million mom groups on Facebook, but there's nobody for me. Parang, am I the only
It's
one
true.
who am I the only one who's noticed? Parang ako lang ba? Kaya ako parang okay, so to get to the very beginning, 'di ba? Parang since we're making this, by the way, we're I wanna say this in the onset. We're making this not for this is not a podcast for everybody. No? We're making this for the community. We're making this primarily. We're talking to the people who are in the group already, no, or who are basta any dad out there who's trying to look for parang community,
Support group, bro.
just a group
Support
who
group.
just a bunch of bros.
Yeah.
We're
You
bros with
know, it's really
bros with
helpful
no
din
hose.
kasi no.
Um,
It's really it's hard, when you're a dad and you have people, you have friends also, and you have some problems, but you don't want your friends to know, especially
sure,
those friends who know your wife, and you
sure.
don't want them to know
You don't
because
want
when
people
you tell those
judging.
friends they're gonna tell their wives also, and
Yeah,
then their wife will tell your wife, and the Legend Daddy group has been really my something like a comfort zone for me to air
right,
out some of the grievances.
right,
So,
sure.
with
Yeah.
that, alam
That
mo yung mga
anonymous,
anonymous post, yeah, madalas ako
yung
nandun ako.
anonymous posting na yan.
Puro ikaw
Pag
ba
may
yun,
nag,
Mikey? Puro sa'yo ba yung ano?
Hindi, pero ikaw, AIDS, can you share like what's this? What does that mean to you when someone that idea of the importance of
Starting?
like starting and
Yeah.
showing?
I think, well, syempre, again, I don't know the age of Mikey, and obviously I know your age because obviously we're very close naman and we grew up together. So a big factor really is age naman, let's face it, right? We go to different life stages, diba? At the start, obviously, image is important, right? You care
Yeah,
what other people
very.
think, diba? Parang kailangan pogi, hindi mapahiya. After a while, it goes away, diba? But it takes time, diba? It doesn't happen overnight. And siguro part and parcel then of, having the courage to actually start something from scratch, whether it works or not, is because dumating na tayo sa point na, to be honest, we really don't care about what other people think,
That's
diba?
true.
But we care about the people we love, what they think.
Yes,
Diba? Yung
yes,
mga importante
yes,
lang sa buhay natin. As long as we
yes.
have their support, as long as whatever we do will, hopefully give joy to them or satisfy their concerns or needs or anything like that, then we're happy kasi you don't want to please everybody. And alam ko yung mga magulang natin parang sabi, masyadong mayabang, pasikat, gusto mong mahal ka ng lahat. Nung bata tayo, di ko maintindihan talaga yun eh. Parang, di ba dapat ganon? Parang, di ba dapat yun yung norm? But apparently hindi talaga because we're all different. But now at this stage na parang knowing that na yun nga, siguro age comes with it na parang it's not really important what other people think. So wala na yung part na yun, right? Now it's
Yeah,
up to you. Let's face it,
right.
di ba? Let's face it again. Marating tayo sa point in our lives, unfortunately, na it's showing you that life is short as well, right?
Yeah,
So time is the same for everybody and also different for everybody as well, if you
right.
know what I mean, right? So
Yeah, that's right.
you
Oh,
only live once.
okay.
What's there to lose, right? It's always parang having that, you don't want to have that regret. Oh, I didn't try it. So
Yeah,
personally speaking, maybe later on we can talk about it. We recently start a startup nung pandemic and talagang sobrang kabado, di ba?
sure.
So,
Yeah,
but the thing is, it's a startup that was planned like Europe, di ba? Ito, ilang years rin to, 4 years. Yung
right,
startup to, parang planned more than that pa, but we never had the courage to do it. But we
right.
pulled together. I'll tell later on about it. Pero, yun nga, we also had parang that accountable person beside you, that support group. Kasi sometimes it's really hard to do it by yourself. I'm not saying that you can't, but for those that cannot do it by themselves, it's good to have that another person tugging you along, di ba? Na parang,
Right, right,
you
right.
really have to do it kasi obviously you'll face the typical challenges, distractions, parang or nega about what you're trying to do. But normally, guys, if it's really new, people will really, talk bad about it because they don't understand the concept, di ba?
Right.
Wala sila mapagkumparahan. Di ba?
Yeah.
Like Legendaddy, like what you're saying, di ba? There's no other group like that. So obviously you'll question yourself, lahat na merong mom groups 1 to 10 or whatever, right? But dad groups, I don't see one. But yun nga, I'm very happy that you started this, and I'm very happy to support you all the way on this one because I really feel that daddies will always be there, right? Hindi
Mm-hmm.
mo daddies, di ba? Kung may mommies, may daddies, di ba?
Oo, meron.
Meron ding girl talk, meron ding dad talk or boy talk, right? So I think it's important that we start something like this because I'm sure a lot of, interesting topics, interesting, discussions will come up out of this podcast that you started. So yeah, I think that's it for me. That's really just taking the leap, making sure that, you're ready, your mindset is there. But also be careful that you'll be faced with different challenges, different criticisms. But basta ready ka lang, go lang. I mean, you shouldn't really care about those things. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that's really insightful. No, there's this yung ayaw mo talaga you care less about looking dumb, looking like I don't know. I think I think that was cool. Parang that was how we were raised din yata eh. Na parang it was part of the culture before to parang you have to get it right the first time. You know what I mean? Na parang you don't see I think the internet broke a lot of the myths of how things become how great things become what they are because now you get to see like from parang grassroots level how the hardest workers or how like the most important voices or basta great products parang how they kind of make it to that next level and then evolve and evolve and evolve. Kasi before what you would consume like through media, through like TV lang or what you would maybe read in the newspaper, great na eh. Parang nandun na. Parang so you don't really see the steps. You don't see you see Michael Jordan at game 7 but you don't see practice, 'di ba? You don't see the daily grind of how he got to greatness, right? I'm not saying we're Michael Jordan, but that's the metaphor. But and I hope parang if we can be consistent. So the goal is I think we'll try to do this at least once a week. Uh, maybe this is the best schedule for now. Like five o'clock on a Saturday. Let's just bang. Let's just do it. If nobody can go, I'll talk alone. I don't care. Like, but hopefully one of you guys can carve out a few 15, 20 minutes of your time and join me, diba? And we'll have a little conversation lang naman. But I think there's also I read this interesting stat. I heard this interesting stat. I think 2 months ago, around November. Parang the top 1% of podcasts don't go beyond the 20th episode. The top 1% of podcasts don't go beyond the 20th. So if maka more than 20 ka, nasa top 1 ka na. Nasa top 1% ka na. So 99% don't make it to episode 19. You know how
That's true.
ridiculously low a bar that is, di ba?
That's
But
true.
di ba? Parang
I mean, one of the most popular podcasts I think that I listen to is Good Times with Mo. He's been
ah
doing that even before podcasts
oh yeah.
were
Podcasts weren't even a thing yet, but he was
it's
already
been yeah, I think it's his 13th year already, and now he's the
right.
number one podcast. So
Yeah.
it's really true
Galing.
that it's all about consistency. Even
Consistency,
if
di
there's
ba?
nobody listening out there, just bring it out, and then one of those people who heard it will find value in it, and then maybe share it. And we already have an audience, so
Right.
probably we're gonna be. I mean, the takeoff of this podcast will soon be, really
Yeah, but I
high.
don't really want to
We're
think.
working
Yeah,
with
I,
that.
I understand. I don't really want to think about takeoff. No, but what I want what I would like to do is parang Just if anybody here is outside of this, outside of our group right now is listening, diba? They're thinking about starting something, whether that's trying a new sport, or maybe try to start a business, a startup, or maybe try trading, diba? For the first time, try investing for the first time. Like, go do it. Parang uh, I wanna be the voice that tells them go and do it, and not and just and don't think about messing up. Don't think about looking stupid or whatever. But think about, and this is going to parang uh, go back to the start, or sorry, go back to the start. But think about how how that kind of attitude is what you would want to impart on your kids. You know what I mean? Na parang if you
Legit.
want, 'di ba? You want
You
them
want
to.
to you want to be an example to your kids to not
Yes.
wait to start over, to
Yeah.
do what they think it's right, to
Okay.
start doing what they wanted to do. And I, of course, not to say no, with the kind of parenting right now, I'm not really agreeing on this where, people don't, I mean, some parents, they don't want the kids to fail. But for me, it's, it's a valuable lesson for them to learn how to fail, because if they fail, they will learn to stand up. And I'm just hoping that that will be the next norm. That's why every time my kids, they fall down, I just let them go be down, and their mom will go, oh no, oh no, nadapa, di ba, masasaktan, di ba? Tingnan mo, dali mo sa ospital. I just want to say that, relax, they really have to learn how to get hurt, and then they will have to learn how to get up, di ba? Parang it's something like that. And at but I have an argument also there with that. When you're are you still gonna start something when you're? I mean, I'm already 46, turning 46 next month, and can you still start something
Yeah.
again at your age? You have responsibilities. You have to take care of your kids. How what kind of risk can you do?
Yeah. That's. Yeah. Well,
If you're gonna start investing, right? Of course, you cannot put all your money then. But what if you lost those investment? I mean, that's still money,
yeah. Oh, and
and it will take a lot of work.
I remember during the pandemic, 'di ba, we had a chat group. You guys were day trading, and I was just watching you guys. It was very very active. Alam mo yun, Mike.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
yeah, and I was kind of parang I'm completely out already. Pero at that time, parang I did not really have the patience or the time really to sit in front of my computer and parang trade stocks, and watch it minute to minute for
Mm,
all of trading hours. So, and then I remember, but I remember it made me want to try a different style of investing, like long position investing, where you take a very long time horizon of more than 6 months. You buy a cheap stock, see if it's gonna. and
yeah,
and there, even on that, parang because they say, di ba, parang you can make a lot of money in the stock market. That's true. You can also lose, and a lot of people lose a lot of money in the stock market also. And what I learned honestly was that there's a cost to learning, and sometimes it's financial pa nga eh. Kasi if you
that's true.
make if you make a wrong trade at the wrong time, you're gonna you're gonna lose money, and
Lose a
masakit
lot.
yun. Yeah, you can lose a lot pretty quickly, like pretty
True.
fast. And and I learned the cost of learning. Parang it can that's why you hire people who are, who have licenses, who have, we're starting to go off tangent, no, but I want to finish this point lang na parang um you can, if you are going to start something, and this is the point I'm trying to make, if you're going to start something, realize that yes, there's going to be a cost to it. Yes, there's going to be a learning curve that you may or may not be able to grasp, but you will never know until you really do try, diba? You'll never know if um
Agree.
if this level of ignorance that you have, baka just a little push lang pala,
A little nudge lang.
it swings, it swings open, and there's a world of knowledge to be found that you never knew
Yes.
existed.
Imagine this, guys. I mean, imagine if you didn't try.
Yeah,
I mean, let's say lang,
that's a great point.
I think, imagine you don't even bother to try anything. I mean, what did he look like? I don't know. I don't want to imagine that, right? Because that's gonna
Oh,
be like super hard. Parang, like when somebody asks you, have you done this? This, how about this? That, as in like zero. Parang mas maganda yata magkwento ka na, yeah, I did that. Didn't work eh. But because of that, I did this.
right,
So di ba? Sometimes it doesn't have to be a
right.
straight line. And to be honest, wala man tayong narinig na kwento na from the beginning, it was all straight line.
Yeah,
Meron
magaling na
ba?
agad
Parang lahat na yata
from
ng
the start,
mayaman sa
magaling.
mundo, sila Bezos, sila,
Yeah,
well, everybody, right? Steve
Nobody
Jobs, it wasn't
nobody
really a
failed
straight
at the
line.
first time.
right. Hindi,
Diba?
pero no, but tragically enough, no, I know someone. She's the but this woman is related to one of my friends, no. I'll keep it vague because although she's never gonna hear this. She's the sister of one of my friends, and dude, she entered her 30s, um never had a job, never, and ang nagsusustento yung kaibigan ko, siya yung nagbabayad ng rent, she never had a job, she tried showbiz, and didn't really work out, and parang ano na, parang, and then when and he was talking to me, and he's parang venting out his frustration. Cause she's not stupid, like she parang had ano pa, parang nag-aral pa abroad, and hindi siya tanga, but when I would ask him, parang ba't ayaw ni ganito magsimula nung ano, she was afraid of failing. Parang imagine, and imagine how crippling that is. Kasi you're so afraid of failing that you don't start anything. It's gotten to a point where you're now pabigat ka na sa ibang, 'di ba? Buti kung ikaw lang. Ngayon, parang ano na mangyayari sa 'di ba? Kasi wala kang sinimulan, takot na takot ka mag-fail. Ano na mangyayari sa ngayon, 'di ba? Parang, and kawawa, parang and so I guess parang yun nga, we can't be afraid to fail. Kasi at least we tried, 'di ba? At least we can sleep well at night knowing, well, I gave it my best shot. Like I tried, and talagang hindi gumana, but along the way I learned, you're not supposed to do this pala. When you incorporate, don't do this pala. Don't you're supposed to ano pala, when you learn all of these lessons in the process of failing, where it doesn't really, if you look at it as a failure, that's the only time it becomes a failure. Otherwise, it's just life lesson. right?
That's true.
Right?
Yeah, I
Uh,
agree to that. That's a very good point.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
but again, it's not the same for everybody, ah.
It's not
Parang
the
baka
same for
kasi
everyone.
baka
No.
naman isipin ng lahat na oh, hindi ko kayang gawin, walang energy. It may not happen today, but I think what's important is just you think about it, 'di ba?
Yeah.
If you have something na ako ang suggestion ko lang based on my experience that yeah, maybe you're scared today, it's fine. Walang masama doon. It's normal, perfectly normal, right? That's why we're discussing this topic, right?
Right.
But what is important is that you consider those things lang naman. It doesn't have
Right.
to happen today. Doesn't have to happen tomorrow. It's up to you. It all happens on your time. But what's important is that it's already there. Because if you have that doubt na whatever you do will fail, believe me, it will fail for sure.
Yeah.
Because it's
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
right? Because
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
there din.
Yeah.
Diba?
Yeah.
Sabi nga, hindi ako masyado, to be honest, I don't read a lot of books. No, that's not me.
Mm-hmm.
I even listen to a lot of podcasts like this. I mean, I'm just a
Mm-hmm.
TV guy. I watch boring stuff on TV, etc. But I observe. I
Right.
observe a lot of people. I study them. Diba?
Yeah.
That's my way of
Well, you're
learning.
you're a marketing genius, so
Hindi naman. But that's how I ano, I go through life. I listen to stories, I talk to people, ganun lang. But that's why I always know na it's not the same for everyone. But in a way, there's like principles talaga that's medyo consistent naman regardless. Diba?
correct.
Regardless kung mayaman ka, mahirap ka, single ka, may asawa ka, may mga things because we're all human. Meron pa rin naman mga consistent. But I think what I really like, that's why I really push rap also on this one, is because I know a lot of our fellow legendaries are like this, diba? Parang may takot, may kaba, diba? Or
Mm,
for whatever reason, and that's completely understandable. Baka sabihin na, hindi kasi, for example, sabihin na, kasi si ganyan, may ganito experience, ako wala. Believe me, meron din mas maraming experience sa akin na I
right.
feel the same way. And I'm sure si Raf and si Mike and si RT also does, diba? But thing is, you have to know also where you stand, and it's not bad. And then you have to judge also, diba? Moving forward, diba? Where do you want to go? Kasi that's also part of it. I think that's one of the things that we need to discuss also. Trying kasi, there's also a reason why you want to try something, diba? It's because you want to go somewhere,
Right.
diba? Whether
Right.
it's for personal gain, whether it's for career, or whatever, for fun, diba? Like you just want to hang out, right? Kasi meron ka ring purpose, diba? So I think it's also good na you find also what you want to do, what your purpose in life is, no matter how small or how big, diba? But nga, circling back on the point, not to belabor on this one, no, it's really like, basta mindset yan. For me, I think it's really a mindset start. Mindset start. It's not easy.
Right.
Again, not easy. I'm not the expert. I'm
Right.
not know but others know, but I'm the expert. But I'm just coming from my experience na after pushing yourself several times of trying something, believe me, once you tried it once of trying something, it's easier to try a lot of other things and you
Yes.
won't really care what the outcome is. So yeah.
Right. Okay. All right. I think we'll I think that's a nice place to end already. But but before we go, I think we'll start with you, AIDS. Would you like to plug or talk about what you started last year and because I think of all I think it's a really incredible service. I think that there's a you're filling a very valuable need here. So take it away.
Yeah, well, I don't want to naman sound naman that they're really trying to sell something, no, but I think the idea here is really starting something, right? So as mentioned earlier in this call, parang me and my partner started a startup ng pandemic ng 2020, the pandemic, that was pandemic year. And it was a startup really aimed at, helping mga homeowners like us or
Mm-hmm.
mga may-ari ng bahay to find kasambahay or house help. So very simple idea, 'di ba? And we call
Parehang
that
hirap.
Oh, everybody
yeah,
needs
App
that.
Kazam, but it's hard, diba? So we call that App Kazam, Kazam. So it's available in the App Store or Google Play Store, even the website www.kazam.ph. It's still in the early stages, but the goal here is really connecting the homeowners directly to kasambahays without the need for agencies, di ba? Contacting agencies,
Na
without
sobrang
the
scam.
need to join Facebook groups, di ba? Na napakadami sa Facebook na iba-iba tapos hindi mo na ma-filter properly or via referral, which is obviously the traditional way. So we started that, and so far we're in the beginning stages pa lang, but we're happy that we started because we're parang helping a lot of people and we're getting a lot of parang feedback as well. In terms of both users, whether the homeowners, kasambahays, and believe me, it really fills my heart personally na pag everyday may nagtatanong, saan po ako makakita ng trabaho?
Wow.
Pwede bang pumasok dyan? Kasi kailangan ko po ng trabaho for me and my family. Every day.
Wow.
As in like,
Wow.
I can't even count sa sobrang dami. So, I know this field that we chose, dito yung sexy, di ba?
Yeah.
Dito yung parang
Sure.
mga fintech and all that. But corny na ang corny, I think this will really help a lot of people. Not only us na makakantay ng kasambahay, right? But
Yeah.
more importantly, mga kasambahay na makakahanap ng trabaho kasi once they have
Yes.
trabaho, food on the table that instantly, di ba? And that will definitely help their lives. So yun lang. Thank you, Rap, for this opportunity. It doesn't mean that it's a one-off, diba? It's important, guys. More than anything, this is for the community. This is for the Legendaddy group. I'm happy to be obviously part of, and yeah, let's continue to have this tuloy-tuloy ang different topics. Hopefully every week. That's the
Yes.
plan.
Every week.
That's the
Every
idea
week.
this year. So we have
Every
52
week.
weeks,
Every week.
pare.
So
So
that's
medyo
52
1 week down
episodes.
tayo kasi nagbakasyon tayo last week. So dapat meron
Well,
tayong
kung
tally
wala
sheet.
yung bakasyon na yun, bro, wala tayo dito this
Ayun.
week.
So medyo ano yan, may pass ka doon.
Yes,
Ayun.
yes.
Thank you,
Okay,
guys.
okay. Mike, is there anything you'd like to share?
Yeah, well, it's a good start. And, it's really the topic is, parang nababagay talaga yung topic is to start something. And now that we're starting this, tagal pinla, no? But, it's really the first episode and then just the consistency. Siguro, you can have us, Ides, and myself as your accountability person here. Hopefully,
Nice.
we can be consistent. And,
Yeah.
I will always have your back, bro. I mean, the way you also supported me with my ventures.
Siyempre naman.
So
Oh,
yeah, thank you very much for having me. Hope I can
yeah.
also be consistently be present
Yeah.
here.
Well, we're gonna be accountable to each other, no? I
Yeah,
never mentioned. So there's actually a fourth person in the room, si Mr. RT Tihanki, pero medyo quiet siya, no? Mukhang nagmamaneho
Where's
si boss.
driving. But nice
Nagmamaneho si
insight.
boss.
Perfect yung perfect yung topic, starting something very applicable. I guess most dads, especially in the group, no. Yeah, very very nice topic. Congrats, Rafa,
All right, man.
for the first episode. Highly anticipated.
Well, thanks for listening in, brother. Really do appreciate you. Well, we'll have you. We'll have you weigh in on next episode. You should join us. All right. So that I guess wraps up our first episode for 2024 and ever for the Legendary
Wow.
podcast.
Monumental.
Monumental.
The first of thousands.
First of thousands.
Proud to be the first to be present in the first episode.
All right, boys. Thank you very much. I appreciate you, legends. You guys are fucking.
Likewise.
All right.
Likewise.
Enjoy the rest
Thank
of the
you.
weekend, guys. Bye.
All right, everybody. Bye bye. Thank you.